Yo, what's up? It's your boy Marwin. We're making fried Cornish hen today. We're doing it two ways. First will be just straight up frying the whole bird. The second way, we're gonna spatchcock it, which we're gonna cut it open, have that cavity open, and fry it like that. Let's get to cooking. All right, we're frying some chicken today. Actually, it's not chicken. It's gonna be Cornish hens, which is, we always, around the holidays, for Christmas particularly, have Cornish hens on the menu. Roasted, baked, smoked. But I like to actually fry it whole because it's one of the few birds that's small enough for you to fry a whole chicken, at one point in terms of deep fry. But we got to brine it first to help to make it more juicy on the inside and also kind of add some additional flavor. I think you're gonna like this one. I'll coat it with a nice deeply seasoned dredge to make it as tasty on the outside as it is on the inside. And we're gonna do a couple things with the brine to give it, to help with the crispiness or the crunch. I like a really crunchy chicken, as you probably know from following me. But that's it. Let's just get to making the brine first. So for flavor, I'm gonna add some herbs. I got some cilantro and parsley that I am going to make as a very kind of grassy, flowery, herbal vibe to the brine. I'm also going to add some vodka. Vodka is my secret ingredient for having crispy chicken. Vodka evaporates a lot faster than water, and so that adds a more kind of violent element as far as like the frying process, and gives you just a lot more crunchiness. Then I'm gonna add my buttermilk to it. The buttermilk is acidic, and it helps with the, adding just more, helping the chicken retain more moisture in the dish. And the last thing I'm gonna do is add some salt. I don't want to forget that. Salt helps season, but also kind of helps with the osmosis process, which is how we get juicy chicken. And that's it. So I'm gonna put all of this together and just blend it. And then I like to brine my chicken overnight. You can do it, at least 30 minutes to an hour. But I'm gonna go overnight with this one. That's all there is to it. I got my brine ready to go. You can also spatchcock these by cutting the back out and spreading these out. I got a pair of scissors, kitchen shears, that I use to remove the back. That way I can make frying even easier. I don't worry about it as much because, you can open it up. You might want to press down a little bit to break all the way through. But this makes for easier frying if you're concerned about it getting fried all the way through the chicken. So you can just move that backbone out. Like I said, pretty easy to do, to remove the backbone. Nice scissors, or you can use a sharp knife to do it. But there you go. And so that's all there is to it. So I got my brine ready to go. Oh, be careful there. And I'm just gonna cover my chicken or my hen in the brine. Like I said, I'm gonna let this marinate overnight, 30 minutes to an hour at least for you guys if you don't have the time. And then we'll come back to it tomorrow and fry it up. So stay tuned. So here's what I got for my dredge. I have a mix of cornstarch and flour. The cornstarch, because it doesn't have any gluten, it actually makes the crust a lot more crispy. Again, we want to go for like really crispy chicken. As you recall from the beginning when I was talking about adding vodka to the brine to kind of help with that. And so this is going to add just another level of crunchiness. And so what I'm going to do, because I want to season at every different step or every different level, I'm going to add some of my spice mix to the dredge, and I'll leave the details of the spice mix on the in the comments or in the description. But it's got things like chili powder, salt and pepper, paprika, garlic, onion powder, etc. I like to go heavy on the pepper and heavy on the paprika. I also added some cinnamon and some brown sugar, kind of give it a little bit different of a flavor vibe. And I'm just gonna mix this in really well. And I'm gonna save some of the spice rub for a finishing touch later. But you can smell the spices coming off of the flour mix. This is gonna be good, really good. Stay with me. Alright, so I got my whole bird ready to go. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna show you a little trick I learned. Rumor has it at Popeyes, one of the ways in which they get that really crunchy crackle chicken, they add some of the brine to the dredge. So I'm just gonna mix some of that in.
This is gonna be fun. Adding that brine
Here.
to the
So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna add this to the dredge. It's gonna take a little bit of work because it's, the shape of the chicken. I can move this. Give myself a little room to work here. And I'm just gonna really just work to get this all patted in. You gotta work a little quick with this because the flour can get a little croggy with some of the flour mix in there. So I'm just gonna try to pack it in really, really good here as best I can. If you need to, you can always add a little more flour if you run out. But I started with, about a cup each of the flour and the cornstarch. So boom, she's ready. All right, they're both ready to go, so let's get to it. So I got my fryer at about about 3. I started about 370. I know it's gonna cool down once the chicken hits the grease. So I'm planning for that. And that's gonna be the first fry. Take a look. Look at that bird. Look at that bird. Bird. So I'm gonna go back in one more time for a quick hit. So here's the fun part. We're gonna make a little chili oil to go in the chicken as the next level of flavor that we're gonna add. So I have some of the oil that we use to fry the chicken, and I'm using a seasoning that I made before. And we're just gonna mix this together and season that oil up a little bit. And then we'll use this to brush onto the chicken for even more flavor. Just gonna brush a little bit on there. A little more flavor. Just gonna brush a little bit on there. A little more flavor. Good. It's gonna be good. Still gonna maintain the crisp. You don't have to worry about it getting all soggy as long as you're using hot oil. And I think that'll do it. You can do both sides for right now. I'm just doing one. All right, let's dig in. I'm about that homemade hot sauce life, but it's optional. Yeah, we're checking for crunch now. I know you hear it. It's got that crunch, that crispiness that we're looking for. So now let's check on the taste game. It's a juicy bird. You definitely get a hint of the herbs, the cilantro and the parsley, from the brine. But then that skin, you can taste some of the cinnamon and some of the chili powder, all the different spices that just bring a lot of different elements. And so you got the flavor on the inside as well as the flavor on the outside. It's a really good bird. It's a good bird. It's a good bird. As always, if you like the recipe, give it a like, so a thumbs up. But most importantly, hit that red subscribe button. Thanks. Peace out.